May I proceed? Of course I may.
Continue.
Now, to start with, the 10th Senate in 2 years has contributed 807 bills. And out of these 807 bills, only 28 has been passed into law. Yay! But that is not the issue. That number is not the problem. The problem is when you begin to check what they give priority to in the bills that they have passed into law.
Hell.
For example, the National Anthem Bill, which changed our national anthem from Arise, O Compatriot to Nigeria We Hail Thee.
Okay.
That bill scaled first, second, and third reading in 1 day, and it was passed into law in 8 days.
You get it?
And people were wondering, what is the impact of this bill in the life of the common person? The Senate president said the new national anthem was going to end insecurity.
What?
That when you sing in Brotherhood You Stand, it means you will see a Nigerian as your brother. And when you see him as your brother, you won't want to kill him.
It is smoky book.
Meanwhile, the food pricing bill, which is supposed to bring about price control around essential commodities like food, has been running around and around the Senate House for the past 2 years without making any progress. Why food inflation is still choking people on the esophagus.
Yeah, maybe one.
Again, the student loan bill, which came from the presidency, was quickly passed into law in 2023. After which it was discovered that there were so many fundamental errors. It was brought back, reworked, and quickly reenacted again in 2024 because it was coming from the executive. Meanwhile, the electoral reform bill, which is supposed to form the basis for how credible the process that produces political leaders will be and how they can be held accountable. That bill has been moving from one committee to another table for the past 2 years without making any progress.
You dey use your function to play.
Even when a state of emergency was declared in Rivers, the Senate were not in session, but they quickly used voice votes to support the proposal because it was coming from the presidency.
Funny people.
Now you can now see that any executive order or any bill coming from the presidency gets express attention while other bills are stuck in traffic.
You don't know where you are going.
And these same National Assembly members that are always quick to dance to the tune of the presidency are the same people that we expect to hold the presidency accountable.
Photo.
The dog we bought to help us watch our house when we go to sleep is not sleeping before us.
Jesus. Hey, Jesus Christ.
Now, let's look at the economic situation.
Yeah, maybe one.
Following the removal of subsidy, the free fall of the naira, and the hyperinflation. In fact, the hyperinflation has been so bad that Nigerians got a new minimum wage that made them even poorer.
You don't know.
And you expect the National Assembly to start scrutinizing budgets, revenue projections, and tax proposals. But what did we see? In 2025, the budget was passed into law after only 31 hours of legislative hearing. Now you understand what the Senate president meant when he said that he was not elected to fight the executive.
Look at my face.
Maybe he was elected to be singing, "On your mandate we shall stand."
70 years old man.
Now, insecurity, unemployment, poverty, rising cost of living, high cost of food has become Nigerians' everyday reality.
Yeah, maybe one.
And you expect the Senate to now, give priority to, poverty-reducing policies as well as welfare programs.
Cup of tea.
But instead, in 2025, this National Assembly inserted 11,122 constituency projects into the 2025 budget at a cost of 6.9 trillion naira.
It is finished.
Without any community consultation, any need assessment, They did not even give us locations where these constituency projects are going to be executed.
We don't know why it's going
But
on.
they just gave us a figure that was bigger than education, health, and agricultural budget combined together.
Hey! You know you can be prosecuted for that.
Which means the people we are looking out for to help us analyze the budget are not the people that are padding the budget.
That is not corruption.
So even an ordinary minister cannot be afraid of this National Assembly, not to talk of the presidency. And to make matters even worse, this particular 10th Senate that we have, most of them are too old and weak to even do the job. We have 119 senators. And according to reports, it is difficult for you to go to a Senate hearing and see more than 50 senators in attendance.
Hell.
For every Senate meeting, more than 50% of senators are absent.